Good.
My mic. Testing one, two, three. All right, what's up, everybody? Hopefully this is working and we are live on Facebook, but I'm not really sure. So hopefully somebody comes in here in the chat and hollers at me. But anyways, I'm hanging out with my man Green Debris, a.k.a. Frank Thomas. He's down here in the Discord channel with me in the chat. I figured I'd get him in here. Anybody really, but Frank graciously volunteered to take a break from his work to come do work for me, I guess. Anyways, how you doing, man? How's it going with you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Doing really great.
Yeah,
Just really got a lot of music coming out, so just it seems like it was kind of like I played a royal flush of like music. It's all coming out at once at this point.
yeah, that's good.
But that's okay. Yeah, like it's just stuff that I've been working on for a long time, and obviously we get busy, every day, so it's just trying to get stuff done. And
Yeah,
the Lakelife EP, that's been in the works for a long time now.
I know, man. We
And
finally have gotten it all together, man,
yeah,
and I want you to
and
tell
that's
me about
fine.
it. Yeah, tell me
Hey,
about it.
sometimes it takes a while, to come to fruition, and that's okay. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to rush everything all the time.
Yes, sir. I
Yeah,
agree.
no, the EP is great. Like, it's probably some of the softest stuff I've ever made. Um, but to be honest, a lot of folks and a lot of my fans have no idea that I even make anything that gentle or that ambient.
Yeah,
I do experiment with a lot of different kinds of sounds. I don't just do four on the floor all the time and just
that's
dance.
cool. Yeah,
I
that's cool.
and I'm not knocking that because, like, to me, all this electronic stuff started, for me in trance, I would say.
Yeah,
But just as I get older and listen to more and more, and it's not an old thing, it's
yeah.
just sometimes I just want to chill. I'm not trying to dance at the club all the time. I gave that up in my teens.
That's how I am, dude.
So it's okay to notch it down a little bit sometimes. And I'm not knocking the fast stuff either. There's a time and a place, you know.
Yeah, it's your vibe. It's what you're feeling, man. Like I think
That's it.
that's
Exactly.
that's the beauty about being an artist, man, is that you're just trying to like really just speak your mind out there. What you're feeling, It's like I can't really speak
Yeah,
it in words that well, but I can kind of tell you how I feel in music. And you
exactly.
have different sides of like you're happy some days and then you're sad the next or you're angry or upset. So I think the energy that you put into your track can change as well. And that's great, man. I think you have actually are a lot further along just with your music being that way about your productions, how you have these different styles you like to approach just depending on your mood, your mood for the day or how you feel like it should be. And I massively
Exactly.
respect that, man. I like it.
And
So what was your intention for this EP for Lake Life? Like what made you bring these collection of songs together? You say you've done this stuff, but nobody's really ever seen like the softer kind of more ambient
yeah,
side of you.
I might
Yeah.
have caught a yeah, I might have caught a couple videos, of me making the stuff in my car or something because I do a lot of automobile production.
Yeah.
And everybody always gets a kick out of it, but it's like I always said, I gotta produce somewhere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I got a busy day. I'm a mechanic, so like I can't really just sit there and do it like at my toolbox. And then when I go home, I have a wife and four kids and a dog, and try to do videos there is kind of tough sometimes with kids crawling all over you and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I
and
understand.
and it's hard to juggle it all, and a lot of us producers, we got families and kids and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
so it's not like I have it rough and nobody else does. But the point for me, what works for me, is I gotta take time out every day, whether it's my lunch or just after work, just before work. Like I like to actually just get settled in. If it's the car, it's the car.
Yeah, man.
I got a pretty decent stereo that I put in like when I first got the vehicle, and it's just, it actually doesn't sound bad for production, and since I use a laptop, it works out.
Yeah,
If
you
I had
plug
a
your aux
desktop,
in. Yeah.
exactly. If I had a desktop, I'd only or whatever, I'd probably be up the creek. But it's just so I do produce when I can, and sometimes, like you said, I don't just since I come from a rock and roll background as a drummer,
Uh-huh.
for the last 37 years, I have a different, I got a definite big variation of music taste and what I like to create.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's I try to actually relate that over to my electronic productions. So sometimes I like to get slow. Sometimes I want it to be ambient. I'm a big fan of all different genres.
Yeah, that
So
really shows.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like when I first started doing the FL Studio, because that was the first DAW that I picked up
Right.
um, 4 years ago. Now we're working on 4 years. I've been doing this as
All
far as
right.
like electronic production,
Okay.
and I started basically just making trance at first, and it really wasn't that tasteful. We'll just say that because when you're new with all of it,
Yeah.
it's really hard to
Hey,
like,
you're just happy
especially
to
if
make
you don't
something.
play pianos. Yeah, if you don't play piano or guitar, or really just like you're lacking in music theory, it is tough to just pull something out that sounds really well.
Yeah.
So you just make sounds and you try to get used to your program. And if it sounds bad, it sounds bad. If it sounds good, it sounds good. And that's why I started creating, was
Uh-huh.
because of Dead Mouse. I saw the Dead Mouse commercial. I think we discussed this before,
Mm-hmm.
for Masterclass. And
Yeah.
he's basically admits that he doesn't know how to play piano. He does everything by ear, and he either likes it or he doesn't. So
Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is, I'm in the same boat.
Oh,
I
dude,
mean,
absolutely.
I see these keys, and I mean, I know where I want to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the more you get used to production, you know where you want to be. You know what pocket you want to be in. You may not know advanced chord progressions, but you're working on it. You're trying different things. I'm always trying different things, adding things. I don't
Yeah.
just sit there and just make trance. Does that make sense?
No, it
So,
makes perfect sense. It does.
yeah. So, I want to say around that time, I discovered Alex H's music on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of just hooked me right from the start because it was like not too fast, not too slow. It had the right amount of energy. It had
Mm-hmm.
sparkle. It was deep, transitions. Like I
Yeah.
was just like, man, this is really cool. It doesn't sound like tropical house, but it doesn't sound like 138 BPM trance.
Yeah, it's
So
somewhere in the
it
middle.
kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, it won me over. It really did.
No, man,
And
yeah.
then I'm a big fan of like Marcus Schulz and that Cold Harbor, like deep, slow, trancy sound that he used to have.
Uh-huh.
So I have all these like different things that I like, and I do have kind of a dark side taste of music.
Yeah.
Whether it's rock and roll or ambient or whatever. And sometimes I do roll that into my pads and my breakdowns, and because some people are just like, man, that's really not a happy tune, but it's lovely. It's like beautiful and dark at the same time. So
No, I
I
like
don't know.
that.
I
Dude, I
just try to
like that.
go with it. You know what I mean?
I
It's
think you
just
should. Like in fact, that's kind of like my mission, man. And in fact, the whole thing of this podcast thing in general is, I do want people to be more confident. I don't know, confident in themselves and what they're making, because I do understand that it's like you said, when you come at it from a new perspective, like you may have played the drums and stuff, but yeah, it's a different world opening up a digital audio workstation and understanding what that really means to the
it is.
extent. But like you said, you watched, a guy that's already made it essentially dead mouse. And you're like, hey, what did you do? You know, that's really the question. And he's just like, look, I just did what felt right to me. That's the moral of his story. I did what felt right. Like, really, when it
Yeah,
came down to it, I didn't care what label X said or friend Y said. I loved what I was doing here, and I invested a lot of time into it. And I know you didn't need to know piano scales and music theory, you know, because it's one of those things where it's like, you're going to pick that up along the way. If you need it,
right.
you're going to go figure it out, you know?
You're right. Yeah.
When you need to know
And I don't want
chords,
to. I don't want to say. And guys that know that stuff, man,
yeah.
you're already one leg up. Like if
Yeah.
you like these genres and you want to learn how to actually use the digital audio workstation, and I'm not going to bash any of them. I like FL Studio. It just happened to be the one that I found more videos on when I started, so that's what I started with.
Yeah.
And I tried to do Ableton actually at the same time, and Ableton to me was like Atari. One, it just wasn't that pretty. I
Yeah.
thought it was very blocky, very like just unesthetic.
Right.
And, you know, honestly, talking to a lot of producers that use it say it's actually cleaner, clearer. The built in plugins are better. I mean, I think
Yeah.
every brand has better this, better that.
Right.
But at this point, I literally have hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of hours just using FL Studio.
Right.
And I got hundreds of hours watching like tutorials on YouTube, how to use it, how to adjust things, how to do this, how to do that. I really don't want to do all that again with a different DAW.
Yeah.
It's commitment, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like perfect my FL Studio usage at this point, and I
Yeah.
still don't know it all with that. I learn something new every week with the program.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
You
you be
know,
DMing me, you be trying to learn. I like that about you. I like that you're constantly seeking knowledge, and that's the thing that matters. Is if you constantly seek knowledge in your field, you're gonna find somebody that'll tell you what you need to know, or at least kind of help you out. You know, it's like, yeah, I have a way of doing things, and it may not be the best way for you, but it kind of gives you an idea. Yeah, and with that idea, you just keep it going, and you keep
yeah,
exploring, and you ask questions. You get into other people's DMs. So yesterday was about the same thing. It was like, hey, engage and network with people, and that's exactly what you do. You comment, you get into the DMs, or you go post on people's like their SoundClouds. You actually become a part of their like little tiny community that they got going on while you're building your own. Like, yeah, man, you
yeah,
have a label that you started, and like, how
yeah.
has learning? Tell me about it. Learning about from the ground when you were like, you heard
I'll
and
tell you
saw
what.
this.
It's just I kind of just jumped right in. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't really something that was attainable at this point in time. I figured maybe I should get some more experience under my belt.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, I already feel pretty experienced, and I
Yep.
know I'm an experienced listener.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know all the genres, and
Yep.
I know the people that started this stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, you know what? I have an ear for music. That's why I wanted to create it,
You
not
do.
because I love music. Period.
No, yeah.
And
I can
I don't
tell.
just love I don't just love melodic progressive house. I actually love like pretty much every electronic genre, even if it's like, like anything that uses synthesizers and rock and roll and stuff. I've always been a huge fan, man. Like huge fan.
Oh, yeah. I
So
like him
I'm
too, man.
yeah, I'm definitely a synthesizer buff. That's for
Hmm.
sure. Or like keyboards in a rock band. Love it.
Yeah.
It's always hooked me, man. So
Oh, yeah, man.
it adds another depth, and it adds a lot of detail.
Yeah, exactly. It's just very unique to me. It's just unique. I
Yeah,
like it because it's just unique. And it's like, even though it's like, it's the sound now, everybody kind of knows and recognizes it. When it dropped, it was just so groundbreaking. Even when I hear stuff that's from like earlier times, when they started using synthesizers a lot more heavily,
yeah,
I admire the creativity in these guys' like arrangements. You know, the arrangements were very kind of the layers were simple, you know, they didn't have a lot of layers to use like we do now,
Yeah,
but they made a lot of creativity with, well, one layer basically, you know, and it's
no,
synth.
the
Yeah.
talent was there, man.
Oh
Like they
yeah.
definitely were pioneers, you know.
Oh yeah. Mad love and
Like
respect to those
just the
guys.
Cars. I mean, think about the Cars. It's not my favorite band, but these guys
Yeah.
in the late 70s were doing rock and roll with synthesizers
Yeah.
and pulling it off like that retro sound, you
I
know.
mean, dude, I had
I mean, they
people.
were like the midnight before the midnight.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I had
just
people telling me that like electronic music wasn't real music in real life, you know, but people were
right.
actually using electronic sounds to make music right in front of, you know, like you didn't even know some of your favorite songs. These guys were using some synthesizers, incorporating it into their tracks because, you know, that's how genius of these producers these guys were. I
Yeah.
admire it, man. It's like those are bars for me. Like I want to attain those kind of, you know, prowesses, not like be as good as them, so to speak, but just be like, well, very expert in what I do, whatever it is, you
Yeah.
know. I don't think that's wrong. I think that's like good. And
No, that's great.
you know,
Should
hey,
all strive to be the best we can be, you know, and just create music and just try to make
okay.
ears happy,
Yeah, dude,
you know.
it just, and when I make music, it just like, it matches my vibe. So I don't have to worry about like how I make it anymore because I know it's just, it's me, you know, like I don't need to worry about being me when I wake up in the morning, right? You know, I just get
Yeah.
up and I act like I am. So the same thing when I come to produce music, I don't worry about being Z8phyR or anything. I just sit there and I am, you know, I make it and it's what it is and I like it. I feel good. Or man, it like, it makes me emotional. I don't know. Like sometimes I have like tears and stuff. I hate to show my face when I produce because it's that like I go through these range of emotional like waves, you know, of like love and
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man, but it's just sometimes it's intense and I feel it. I love it because it's so real. It's
It's
genuine.
crazy.
Yeah, it's genuine stuff. And then I think other people get that too eventually from your music as well as how passionate and how connected you are with the tune you're creating. It really brings that tune itself. It allows you to like say, hey, I want to use synthesizers out of nowhere in the 70s and 80s, you know, or it allows you to be that expressive and creative because you realize like there is no boundaries to the expression that you have with your music. You limit
Yeah.
yourself out of everything else. You think the world limits you because X label may say no or fix this song, but you know, at the end of the day, you are the one that are the gatekeeper of the music. So as an artist, you know, you're the gatekeeper of the music, and it needs to pass by you and only you, in my opinion. But I'm an
Yeah.
artist. I'm biased.
Right. Well, I mean,
I'm
and that's
biased.
why I'm trying to be diverse. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to have a musical outlet when I moved to Texas because
Yeah.
you know, I used to live up in New York and New Jersey. That's where I was originally from.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Texas 7 years ago, it was so hot and I didn't have a spot to put my drum set that I came down with.
Yeah.
So it was out in a shed in the 110-degree shed that we had, and
Yeah.
basically you couldn't even keep the drums and the toms in tune.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let alone there wasn't enough room for me at that time to drum. So
Yeah.
I ended up selling it, and I think it took like maybe 3 years, and I was jonesing to do something about music.
Yeah.
And you don't, if you're a guitar player, like, and you don't have one for a while, you start going nuts.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And so I picked up FL Studio, and just here I am. You know, I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm going to stay humble. I'm learning.
I'm
You know,
glad,
I don't
man.
know it all. I definitely do not know it all. I learn something every week. I
Same.
love doing it. I can't
Same.
wait to do it every day.
Yeah.
Like, I
Good.
cannot wait till lunchtime to go
Yeah.
out in my vehicle or wherever the heck I'm producing and just
Yeah,
do it.
man. That
Like,
makes me happy, dude. Like
I
it
love
really
it. And
does.
and then going back to the EP, I did
Yeah.
go through a spell where I started to learn how to make. All right, there's an artist. I'll just throw him out there.
Yeah.
His name's Tom Strobe. Okay,
Okay.
I don't think he's huge. That's okay. I love his style.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a chill out, ambient. I would say even chill step artist. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know what chill step is. A
Uh,
lot of people have no idea. It's kind of like a chill out dubstep, but not so harsh, of course. It's a lot slower. It's less wobbles and like really aggressive bass lines. It's pretty easygoing stuff.
it's like Blackmail. If you know who
Um,
Blackmail is, they're kind of similar.
Blackmill,
Yeah.
exactly. Blackmill, Tom Strobe, they're all in the same neighborhood. They make beautiful music.
Oh, I
Um,
love them. Love them, dude. They're amazing. If he's,
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, those guys right there, I'll tell you, really were my drive to try to learn like the softer side of stuff. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try to make some material like that because that really gets me. So I started to, and I probably have about, I'd say, 20 projects, I would say, that are not finished at this point that I've
Uh
worked on over the past 4 years. Well, four of them projects are done, and
huh.
that's the EP that's coming out.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
and the EP is called Lakelife. Obviously, it's on your label, Cool Breeze, which
Yay.
is an awesome label, and obviously
Thanks.
all about chilling out.
Yep,
And
man.
it's definitely ear candy for everybody.
Yep, yep. We're gonna
Um,
be showing previews for sure.
yeah,
Video
Lake
drops
Life, the
Friday.
song. Yeah, it's gonna drop Friday, man. Just like Lake Life, the song. That was inspired for me to actually create that song after a vacation I had 2 years ago. Me and my wife went up to a lake called Canyon Lake. It's in central Texas, kind of
Okay.
just near Austin.
Yeah.
Beautiful lake, beautiful area. There's hills, there's mountains. It's just a really nice area.
Uh-huh.
And I was just so inspired to actually just start working on a song while I was out there.
Yeah.
And I didn't try to take too much time away from me and my wife, of course, but it's hard to juggle that too.
Yeah.
Um, but I ended up coming up with Lake Life, the tune. So that's why I came up with that tune.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
and then
Thank you for that.
sure, yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
so there's definitely meaning there.
Yeah,
Does
that's
have to do
amazing.
with a lake. So
That's amazing.
and
Well,
yeah,
that's a great
we
song.
do. It is, man. I love it. It's awesome. Like
Yeah.
I actually listened to these four songs just the other night.
Yeah.
Um, and I was sitting next to my wife, and I started to get teary eyed because I
Yeah.
just thought they were that majestic.
Yeah, man.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, and I'm like, man, did I make that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I made that.
Dude, that's
Like,
all you.
how the hell?
100%.
And it's
Yeah.
sometimes I listen and I'm just like, man, like I don't even know how I did that. Like I
Oh,
got to go
man.
look at the project to see if I
Yes.
even made that sound.
Yeah, man. I relate 100%,
So
man. People ask me,
it's
how you make that? You're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
yeah,
Hang on
you
a
send me the
minute.
file over.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I'm
oh
a little
man,
better now, but dude, it's true. Like, I'll go back and hear these songs after I've made them in years down the road, and it's like, I love it. I was like, I'm so glad I made it. That's all I could think of. Like, I don't care if anybody else likes it. I'm just like, Donovan,
exactly.
you were on something here, man. Like, this is a beautiful tune. Like, you like it. Like, if I would have heard this out in the store somewhere, I'd be like, yo, who is that guy? Like, I would have loved it. So it's exciting, man. I'm so happy to be a
Yeah,
part of this. I am. Like, Cool Breeze is definitely turned into something more than I had no idea, because when I started Cool Breeze, same thing as you, man. I had no idea. I just wanted to do something for myself, I guess, and not have to like pass labels like somebody else's I don't know, test of music. So I really wanted a way to kind of put all my music with that was basically going to be rejected by all the other people, because it's
yeah,
inevitable. I was like, I need a place for them, because I don't believe that they're just not good enough. I don't believe that they're not good enough to be listened to. So I made Cool Breeze, and I literally, when I made Cool Breeze, man, I just emailed the guy and said, hey, I just want to put my music on Beatport myself. Is there any way you could help me? And basically, he was like, oh, what's up, Z8phyR? He even knew who I was. He's like, oh, I know who you are, man. We'll set you up with a label right now, you know? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks. But, like, it was just like, and then I was going to make it called Z8phyR Music, but then I was like, no, I changed my mind at the last minute, at like literally like 30 minutes before I replied, and I designed the logo and everything for Cool Breeze, and I was like, I don't want it to be like a Z8phyR thing, like I just didn't want it to be a
Hmm.
Z8phyR label like that. Like Z8phyR is gonna be his own thing, but I want this to be something that can also support other people, and my wishes came true because I was able to support you with even this,
Absolutely.
man, and you've got physical CDs coming out for this as well. I'm gonna post a
Yep.
link for that. But I sent some to
Awesome.
your house. I can't wait to actually see them. I'm not gonna have one, so you're gonna have to like take a picture and show me what it looks like because I even
I'll
want to
probably just
see
send
it,
you one
man.
back.
Yeah,
I'll send
autograph
you one.
me one. Yeah, man.
I'll do that.
Yeah, dude. I'm
I
like,
got you.
I'm a big fan of that. I want to keep all these memories of that these artists felt like was treasured, because like how much this EP matters to you. Oh, well, I lost him. Oh, well, he came back.
Uh-oh.
No, you came back. How much this EP matters to you, man? It matters to me, like to try to do the release some justice. Like if I could do
Yeah.
anything to give it some justice, like any little bit of extra attention, any bit of a little bit extra exposure, just anything to kind of like let somebody else in the world hear this and be like, hey, this guy does, like this music, I resonate with this, and I want to take this to the lake and go fishing and play this on the boat now, I mean, I do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of my things I take with me to play when I go like on fishing trips. I want to listen to
Awesome.
Lakelife. So thank you for
Good,
that,
good.
man.
Hey, I just want to give you another small rundown on the rest of the tunes, if you don't
Yeah, go
mind.
ahead.
The Midgard song. Now, a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know what Midgard is. It's a term used for the realm of Earth, basically, in Viking ages. They had like Asgard, Milgard,
Yeah, yeah.
they had Midgard, which was this side of, you know, basically, they had like an underside. It was kind of different. If you read into it, you'll
Right.
understand more about it. Guys like Ruben Hadland over there, like he's from that area. He probably knows all about it.
Shout out to Ruben. He's
I
awesome.
would I would imagine. Yeah, he is awesome, awesome dude there.
Love you, man.
But that tune was heavily influenced by Vikings the show. Just so you know, awesome show
Awesome show,
on
dude.
History Channel.
Awesome show.
Awesome show.
Holy smokes. That's one of
So
my
one of
favorite.
my favorite shows ever. I actually have been making some Viking music too. That's a whole nother tangent. We
Okay.
can go into that on another occasion.
Absolutely. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Um, yeah, and then Diatoms, the track Diatoms,
Okay.
I was actually inspired by a special called One Strange Rock, and it was narrated by Will Smith.
Oh.
Um, awesome show. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
I don't remember who hosted the show as far as like the actual television name brand, but it might be a Netflix special. But
Yeah.
it was narrated.
Uh-oh. I lost him. I think I lost you. I think your mic just cut out, but maybe he'll come back here and tell us more about diatoms. I was actually interested. I didn't know how to say it properly.
And it inspired me to make that track. And that track has like a lot of oceany like waves and stuff you hear crashing in with it.
Yeah, wait a minute. You gotta
Um,
go back. You cut out for like 35 seconds and then you just came back
wow.
in. Yeah, it was like right when you started talking about
Okay.
diatoms, it cut out.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, tell me about diatoms again. Sorry.
Read into diatoms, man. Read into them and how important they are for the earth.
Okay. Okay.
It's really awesome. Really, or watch the special. You'll learn all about it.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
really cool.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
um, but this track was get an oceany feel in that
Mm-hmm.
track. You'll hear water in the background and like waves crashing and stuff. I definitely try to incorporate it into the pads,
Yeah.
um, in the same key and stuff, so it doesn't sound like it's like just some sample.
I see. Oh, the pad sound.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with just having a sample and you work it into your mix, but
Yeah.
I actually try to work it in with the notes. Like
Yeah.
it's
Interesting.
pretty cool.
No,
It's a
that's
really
very
cool
cool.
track.
That's Waking
And
Life,
when
the
I
last one.
hear it, yeah, that's one of them ones where I hear it and I'm just like, man, how the hell did I even do that?
No,
Like I
man.
just did it. You
No,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes in this business we just
Yep.
do
Yep. That's absolutely right. You just do it. Like you just make it
yeah,
up and you
like
don't they're
like
happy
waking
accidents.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And waking call to me doesn't really have any specific meaning. Just to me it's an eye opener. Um just basically to help people open their eyes, man,
Yeah.
and just it's your waking call. Take it all in, listen to it. Hopefully to help you relax, help you chill out, get on with life. That's the purpose of the music, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for giving that to the world because I for
Sure.
one appreciate it, but I think that it's important that we as artists that have creative minds, like it's kind of our job. I know you have a lot of other stuff going on too, and I'd never ask anybody to abandon their real life, but if you have creative juices in your body, I think it's worth creating them. You know, it's worth making those songs because
Exactly.
people will be inspired by this that you have no idea. You'll never meet them. You'll never talk to these guys. You'll never interact with them, but it will mean so much to them that you know, that cuz it was so true when I heard this music, man. I did not care what the label was. Only reason why I care what the label was called or who his name was so I could find it again. You know, like that was it. I didn't
Yeah.
care about like he had In fact, it's even cooler when they don't have any followers. You know, you're just like, holy cow! 100 followers, and this guy is amazing. You know, it's like your new favorite person. So I think it's great. I think it's great, man. Thank you for participating. You know, thank you for participating in the art of this world, because it's important that we do that, man. That we give it to the world. Mm. It's just your connection's bad. It's just breaking up. Yeah, it's breaking up. But basically,
And that's just it. Like, do I
I, I don't know what's going on with it. Hang on. Let's try that. Let's try that. All right, go ahead and say what you were saying. I think it's just the
well,
connection's breaking
I
up.
know that like my phone service down here has been kind of like sketchy for the past 3 days with this weather and the
Oh
blackouts and all the
yeah.
stuff they're doing.
Okay,
It's
that's right. That's right.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't think they know how to run Texas right now when it gets cold.
Yeah, man,
They're
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 not
not
used to
well
it.
equipped for it, I guess.
Nope. Nope.
I'm used to it because I come from up north, but it is what it is. We're trying to deal.
All right, man. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and let us go here. I'm gonna cut it here and let you get back to your day and let
All
everybody get
right,
back
man.
to their day. But thank you. Anything you want to put out or say before I cut it here?
Well, no, if just take
Okay.
a look. Look me up on SoundCloud.com
Do it.
/ Dream Debris Music, Facebook.com / Dream Debris Frank.
All
Those are
right.
my two main websites that I use. I'm actually in the middle of making a real website, and also my YouTube is under construction. But they'll be up and running pretty good here too. They are up and running, but they're still like there's not a lot of content on each at this
That's
point.
all right. Yeah, we're getting you there. Like, I like that you've been working on a lot, man. So, I mean, just keep doing what you're doing, to be honest. And I will try to help you out as much as I can. But just know, yeah, like you said, no rush. We're trying to get there. But you've got people like me. We've got the Discord servers hopping. We've got the Facebook groups. Like, we're creating the framework for everybody to succeed and network with each other. And
Exactly.
thank you for taking the time to communicate with me, Frank. It means the world. I appreciate you.
I
Hope you have a
appreciate
wonderful
you
rest of your
too,
day.
man.
Thank you,
You
man.
too.
Yes, sir. All
All
right.
right. We'll stay in touch.
Yes, sir. See you later.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. All right. So that's it for the community podcast today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. That was me and Dream Debris talking about his upcoming EP called Lakelife. It's dropping on my label, Cool Breeze. Uh, it drops on the 26th of February, and I will drop the smart links here. If you haven't already checked it out, waited for the motorcycle to pass. If you haven't already checked it out, go to SoundCloud and the Cool Breeze SoundCloud and check it out. And let us know what you think about it. If you find one you like from the EP, just share it. Share it to your social media for me. Be sure to tag him at Dream Debris on Facebook. Tag Cool Breeze on Facebook as well, since it's the label, so that way we can all kind of support, share it, like, and comment. I'm definitely down to comment and kind of show love. I appreciate you all for that have liked and shared the stream. Xeniox, Jan, Abel. Thank you guys for sharing the stream and liking the stream. Everybody who's tuned in right now, I appreciate you. Every Wednesday, I will be going live if I can, if everything's good. I will be going live to Facebook from the Discord, and I will record my podcast episode as well and post that to YouTube. All right. So if you want to be a part of this podcast, you want to come and chat with me, you want to come and hang out and talk about anything, I'm completely down and open. In fact, I want to support you. So if you have something coming out, you have a release, you have something exciting you want to share, I'd like to get to know you more as an artist of any type. So let me know. Mad love to you all, guys. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye, everybody.